an IPO has been filed for the LIC with the market regulator SEBI. The government is now to sell 5% shares in LIC. Now, India's biggest state-owned insurer, that's a life insurance corporation or LIC, in its prospectus filed with the market regulator or SEBI has said that the IPO offer will constitute 4.99% of the company's post-offer paid-up share capital. But really, this IPO is expected to be India's largest public issue, and it's going to hit the capital market in March. But let's go across to Sunil Prabhu. He's been monitoring this story. He joins us. So Sunil, like I said, this is going to be, we've been having a spate of these, high-stakes IPOs that has everybody most excited. Now, of course, you have the biggest of them all. But take us through how this has arrived, why and what the importance of this and what this means for the government to achieve its disinvestment targets.
Well, to take, the last points first, the fiscal deficit, the disinvestment target had been at 71%. So that is why it had been revised. They had made it around 1.75 lakhs. Now I think they will be able to meet the earlier target, because this, as the disinvestment secretary, when he was handing over Air India to the chairman of Tata chairman at that time, made that announcement saying that the LIC IPO would be in the first week of March. So keeping to that timeline, this has been a very, very long road, Sarah. It's been in fact nearly 2 years for the government to come with a red herring prospectus, which has been now filed with SEBI, and hopefully, as I said, in the first week of March, this entire sale will start. The 5% share in LIC, nearly 3 lakh odd crores of rupees shares will be disinvested. The valuation was at some 5.95 lakh crores, if I'm not mistaken. So there will be a huge substantial gain that is expected from this disinvestment. It's not clearly a disinvestment, it's an IPO in which shareholders, LIC employees and many others can take part and will have some preferential rights. So this is definitely not a disinvestment in the true sense of the word. This is an IPO in which the shareholders, you're going to be able, public are going to be permitted. Earlier, some people had expected it to be 10%, but that's going to be capped at 5%. But definitely a big day for the disinvestment secretary and his team, who have been working along with the finance ministry for years. Because in these kind of disinvestments, you have to get everything right to the T, various consultants, failing which, of course, there will be a lot of questions that will be asked at a later stage. So that's the reason why a lot of precaution, but finally it has come to the stage where the market regulator now will have to give its go-ahead.
All right, so the market regulator has to give its go-ahead. Sunil, what other, I'm sure, that's the background, why the government has been pushing for this for so long, but the public, wants to know details. They're salivating to know. What can we tell us? Do we know from this draft prospectus how much, how many shares, how many shares will LIC be offloading? What the issue size is of the IPO? Do we have any idea of any of that?
Well, the first part, of course, we do definitely know. Nearly 3 lakh odd shares will be disinvested. What the issue size is still not yet been disclosed. And hopefully in the coming days, we'll be able to get an idea of that. But that's, of course, something that will be based on the valuation that has already been made. So you can make a rough calculation and then work things backwards. So they will definitely look at that market rate. Please remember that IPOs in the initial years were doing very well post-COVID, but now there is a sense of fatigue. There has been, of course, a lot of people who have been looking very carefully at LIC IPO and hoping that it will help revive the market and help the government meet its fiscal targets. Correct. There have been a lot of opinions about it, so we'll have to wait and see how it works out. But at this present juncture, that hasn't been disclosed by the government of India.